Hey guys, Wagwan. Welcome back to another great episode of the Bourbon Jamaican. You got Dropping Nukes and yours truly. We got something special today out of New Riff. This bottle is a 6-year small batch blend, as they say. We know New Riff do a lot of stuff rye, so I'm anticipating it's a little bit spicy. We did a small little sip back a couple weeks ago when we did our live, just to crack it open, let it aerate a little bit, open up a little bit. But this bottle is pretty neat. This is a collaboration with Northern Kentucky Entrepreneurs, and like it says on the bottle, you know, it's called the Entrepreneurial Spark.
They teamed up with Blue North in Northern Kentucky, which is outside of Covington, and that's where the blue label comes from that organization. It's actually their central location for their building. It's Spark House in Covington, which teams up. 50% of the sales of this bottle will go to entrepreneurial startup programs and things like that in the Northern Kentucky region. So it's really cool to see New Riff give back to the community, right, and give some of the people with creative minds out there an opportunity for a startup fund or something to really get it off the ground, right? New Riff is really tied into their family roots. It's 100% family owned, and from what the owner says and the president says, it's going to stay that way. The owner of New Riff once owned the biggest store on the East Coast that I'm aware of, and that is also owned by its employees. So it's kind of cool to see that, you know, the owner of New Riff hasn't lost true to his roots, right? His first store, 100% owned by the employees. Now New Riff is family oriented, and now they're giving back to the community in a pretty unique way, right? It really drives the spirit of New Riff.
And they stick to their statement. You were always big on it when they said it's a new riff on old tradition.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty neat that they kind of incorporate that in. They don't just talk about it; they're about it in general. So with that being said, I'm not sure if any of these is left in the store, because when I went and picked it up, the guy ran in and just hug a whole barrel top full and put it to the counter. And I was like, hey, I need one of those. He's like, grab one. So I was lucky enough to go by and snag a bottle. If you can get your hands on it, if you go to the distillery, it's MSRP at around between $54-$60, somewhere in that area. New Riff is pretty good about how they price their stuff. I think the highest I've ever paid for anything there was maybe $70. So
they had that one special release with like their first 10-year bourbon and there that was a little over $100, but like you said, it's pretty favorable. That's the most expensive bottle I've seen. This bottle here is, what'd you say it was around? It's somewhere around, I believe, 6 years.
Yeah.
MSRP $60, and it's about 113 proof. So with the nose, it's super inviting. I'm not gonna say it this week, but I still get the hint of that damn chlorine, and I have no reason why.
Are you ready for pool season? Well, this one is very sweet on the nose, surprisingly, even though New Riff do a lot of stuff rye forward. So I guarantee it's gonna have a nice long
smooth
finish
or something like that. It has a mixture of like a New Riff staple to me is always caramel and fruit. I'm not like it's or caramel for Brady out there. But
shout out to Brady, here in spirit.
But it's always had that caramel fruity with a back end of oakiness to it, right? And it's always super inviting. I prefer the fruitiness to something as opposed to the oakiness of something.
Yeah. And I like a little bit of spice, so this one might have a little bit of heat to it. So right off the bat, you do get that rye forward.
That baking soda, it goes down super smooth, and then that baking soda just comes, bam! It comes right back, and the viscosity is right through here, right? And then it's still got a little finish. It kind of surprised me, to be honest. First drink of the day, I wasn't expecting it to be. I thought it was going to be a lot more fruitier.
But it's like a sweet, almost like a sweet corn kind of taste to it. I'm getting a little bit of bacon spice.
I get a caramel bomb. Like, and the spice on the backside, that's where that oakiness is coming from. A little bit of a char there. Not too much. It's not overpowering or anything like that. But like he said, it's not overwhelmingly rye, right? It's definitely spicy. Grab you right here and say hello.
But man, the finish is long.
Like, yeah, I'm still getting the finish here now, which is surprising because a lot of new Riff stuff, it's it sits there for a couple of seconds, then it's gone. So this is one of the longer finishing ones that we've had in a while.
Yeah, they don't have a mash bill statement or anything out on it, I don't believe, but
no, it's just a blended small batch.
But I'm getting a little bit of like tobacco on the back end.
That's that charriness.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of between the charriness and tobacco. I was gonna go with either one as well, but the oakiness of that sticks out a little bit to me more as opposed to the cigar. But
yeah, let's get that. Yeah, you do definitely the oak and the cigar. It's like a perfect blend. But I would definitely
support a good cause.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the main thing. Get out there and give some of these younger people
a chance or opportunity to surprise us. Maybe one of them might be our next master distiller or something.
Something. You never know. So.
But I hope you guys enjoy this video. Again, if you're new to the channel and you just now seen this, hit that subscribe button. Give us a like. Drop something in the comment if you've had it or if you would be excited to try this and if you'd pay the $54-$60 for it. Again, you got Dropping Nukes, Jamaican. Thanks for watching and continue to support us and look out for more content. 2025 is going to be amazing. Cheers.
Catch you next week.